Let's cross now to Aldrin Sampear. He's in Pretoria for more on the story. Aldrin, a very, very good morning to you. Let's talk about what we can expect to happen today in the courtroom. I mean, there's been talk of delays, and that is more than likely what the President is going to apply for. Good morning to you.
Well, yes, good morning, Leanne. As expectations are that President Jacob Zuma will apply for the matter to be postponed. This is an intention that he made clear last week already, but the Deputy Judge President of the High Court has indicated that he set the matter down for 2 days. Remember that initially, when this matter was heard, when Des van Rooyen brought his case, and President Jacob Zuma's case was to be heard on the Tuesday, it was decided during that case that the matter should be postponed or should be combined. The two matters should be combined because they are based on similar facts and postponed to the 1st of November. And that's the date today that has been set down. An application by President Jacob Zuma to have the matter postponed, and 2 days has been set down to actually hear the matter. And now, considering that you have the Minister of Mineral Resources, Mosebenzi Zwane, who is a fresh applicant in this matter, who's asking for the report not to be released, chances are that he will also be looking for this case to be postponed, because he will argue that he needs enough time to go through all the submissions made by all the litigants as well as the respondents in this matter. We know that the new Public Protector, Mosebenzi, has indicated that she will not be opposing the application by President Jacob Zuma, nor by Des van Rooyen, who had previously asked to intervene in the matter and then subsequently withdrawn, and now he is applying again to be part of this matter. So it will quite be a protracted matter, but I think the first things first is this application by Mosebenzi Zwane to be part of this matter as an applicant as well, and then of course we'll get into the nitty-gritties of the case.
That now, because there was a lot of developments yesterday, and we did see the Mineral Resources Minister Mosebenzi Zwane also wanting to join the President in this, as well as Des van Rooyen, who had initially withdrawn it and then he put it back in.
Hi, Leanne, can you just quickly repeat that question?
Are you able to hear us, Aldrin? Can you hear us now? Seems like we've lost some sound there with Aldrin Sampear. But you can see he's there. He's outside the Pretoria High Court this morning, and he'll be covering that for us. We'll re-establish that connection with him. It doesn't seem that he's able to hear the sound at this point. But just to recap what he was saying, the expectation that is set out there in the court is that President Jacob Zuma has indicated he'll seek a postponement when he goes into that High Court today in relation with an application to interdict the release of the so-called state capture report. That's together with both of those ministers, the Minister of Mineral Resources, Mosebenzi Zwane, as well as the Minister of Cooperative Governance, Minister Des van Rooyen. I think I've just been told by our director we do have Aldrin back. Aldrin, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, thanks. Aldrin, just to elaborate a little bit about the two other ministers coming in, and also yesterday we saw that the Mineral Resources Minister joined in, Mosebenzi Zwane, which you did touch on, and also Des van Rooyen also coming back and wanting to join in after saying that he was ill-informed. Talk to us about their applications.
Well, the main argument from all the litigants in this matter, this is President Jacob Zuma, Mosebenzi Zwane, as well as Des van Rooyen, is that they were not afforded enough time to respond to the questions that have been the questions that the former Public Protector Thuli Madonsela had with regards to the report that has now been finalized. Indications are that this argument will center around whether all three of them have been implicated. Remember, during the first court appearance, when Des van Rooyen made the application, the counsel representing the Public Protector indicated that there's no adverse findings against Des van Rooyen, and there are no recommendations against him or for him, and that's the reason why Des van Rooyen initially decided to withdraw his application and allowed President Jacob Zuma to continue with his application. But now we see that Des van Rooyen has come back again and asked to intervene in this matter based on the same arguments that he had before. And that's the same case from Mosebenzi Zwane. And one only wonders, what exactly is it that they know about this report that we have been told that is under lock and key? Remember that the current Public Protector, Mosebenzi, has indicated that this report is under lock and key at the Public Protector's office, but not particularly at her office, but at the Public Protector's office. I think she indicated it was in the law officer's office of the Public Protector. And remember that the request by Thuli Madonsela previously was that the report should be given to the Speaker of the National Assembly, which was then done. But then on the Monday, when Mkhwebane then started her work as the Public Protector, that report was then sent back, and that report has been kept under lock and key. So one actually wonders what exactly is it that the two ministers, as well as the President, know about this report and what implications it has against them, that they feel that this report should be interdicted. And the other thing is that you have Thuli Madonsela, who's indicated that this report or the investigation into state capture is in two different phases. And I was listening back to the press briefing that you had, the last press briefing that you had, and she said the second phase of the investigation will help the investigators of the Public Protector, as well as the Office of the Public Protector, get to the bottom of whether there has been undue influence in the appointment of ministers. And remember, that's the crux of this investigation, as well as the appointment of board members in state enterprises. And those are the matters really that center around this investigation. And I guess the inference that I draw from that was that the investigators weren't actually, there's no conclusive evidence that that President Jacob Zuma was unduly influenced in the appointment of the minister. So one really wonders what evidence or what implications are in this report that the President, Des van Rooyen, as well as Mosebenzi Zwane, do not want this report to be released.
Just very quickly, Aldrin, before we let you go, obviously we talk about this being under lock and key, but it's just been alluded to a lot in newspapers and the media, a couple of things that are included in this particular state capture report, which have obviously made all of these three men worry, because this is something that the nation's been reading about, and as you say, and other people have said. I mean, for instance, I'm reading from Pierre de Vos here. He's basically saying that if there is information that implicates the president, it'll have a devastating political consequence for his leadership and for the president. So there's obviously contents within the state capture report that possibly has been seen, that is now being desperately tried to not made public.
I actually suspect, like with investigative reporters who have been able to get information from some of the investigators who are part of this case, who have been investigating this case on basis of an anonymity, that the investigative reporters have been able to ascertain this information. Like, for instance, the report on the weekends, which indicated that Des van Rooyen was not at Saxon World for only one day, was not at Saxon World the day before he was appointed the finance minister, but he was there for 7 consecutive days. And one only wonders whether that information has been given to the ministers, have been given to the executive as well. And I remember reading one of these articles on Sunday indicating that where one of the investigators told the reporters that they believe that there is a mole inside the Office of the Public Protector, and that's the reason that they were facing all the litigation that they were facing, and that's the reason as well that you have this matter. And it was actually after that Sunday, the Sunday report, that you had Des van Rooyen, who had initially asked not to be part of the case, now reapplying to be part of the case. So it does seem as though that they have some sort of information with regards to the findings of the Public Protector, as well as the recommendations of the Public Protector. Another thing, Leanne, is that you have the opposition parties. You have the UDM, you have COPE, you have the EFF, as well as the DA, that are applying to be part of this matter. You also have Fakimento, who is one of the only, as part of the respondents in this matter, who is one of the only people who has given information to the Office of the Public Protector. Remember that she also alleged that she was offered a job by the Gupta family. She was called to Saxon World, and that's the reason why she's intervened, and she's asked that this report be released, as well as the other political parties that has asked for the same.
All right, we'll leave it there. Aldrin Sampear, thank you very, very much for that update. We'll cross to you once again during the course of the program to get an update on this big hearing that is set to take place this morning.